So when I see these things, I always want to get insight from people whose opinions I respect. So I reached out to a couple of friends and asked about this whole situation. And I won't say their names, but I asked them, I said, what do y'all think? What do you think about Lizzo crying on camera because of the haters? Do you think it's album promo? Do you think it's evil social media? Or do you think it's fragile Generation Z or millennials? My homeboy said, leave her alone, you bullies. And then he said, talk about Amber Rose and her dude. Which has nothing to do with my question. But anyway, we'll deal with Amber Rose later. The homegirl, she said, anyone who posts a video with the intent of crying is weird to me. So if the intent was to cry, then we have at least one, woman of color who's like, we don't rock with that. We ain't jacking that, like they say in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't cool. So hopefully Lizzo's intent was not to cry. Her intent was just to share her opinion on the live stream, and then the tears just kept flowing, just came out, just started flowing. So that's what we hope. All right. So I talked to another homegirl whose opinion I respect. Here's what she said. First of all, she said Lizzo is like 33, so she's not she's not Gen Z. But I go back and forth. Mind you, this is from a woman of color. She knows what it's like to be a woman of color with curves. On one hand, I think it's vulnerable and real and courageous for her to show those real and raw moments. On the other hand, I think at this point she knows that being body positive and confident in her body and size is gonna come with some hate, unfortunately. It's not to say it's right or she should accept what others say towards her, but it's like ... By this point, it's not new. So I'd expect a level of resistance by this point. I lean more towards the side of that type of vitriolic hate is something most could never get used to. If you or I were scrutinized every single day and made to feel that our bodies weren't enough or quote unquote good enough, or were too fat or too ugly, I don't care how strong you are, that's hard. So that's coming from a young black woman with curves and a brain. So we kind of get in the feel of like, it seems like people are cautious because there's no one way to feel. It's like people shouldn't go at you that hard, and it makes perfect sense for people to break down because it's hard getting that kind of hate constantly. But then on the other hand, hopefully you're not manipulating people and purposefully crying on camera to win some type of sympathy award. We don't know because at the end of the day, this is showbiz, and people have done worse. You know what I'm saying? So the guy, he definitely is on the side of people need to stop bullying her. So there you go. It's a mixed bag, but I think overall, real people, most of the people who tune in are people of color, but people in general are not a fan of Lizzo getting bullied. People are also cautious that her crying was real, and they want to make sure that they're not getting jerked around. So those are the two most popular statements that I'm seeing, or popular sentiments that I'm seeing. And at the end of the day, the only time will tell. If you feel like what Lizzo was publicity stunting, let me know. Comment below. If you feel like Lizzo is too thin-skinned, please comment below. Let us know. And finally, if you feel like Lizzo is getting too much hate, let us know and let us know why. I want to engage with people and go hard, because we here to stretch our minds. We're here to debate and go back and forth and see what's really good, because that's how you learn, I feel like. So that's why they call me Deb. I'm here till the casket drops. Until then, I'll holler.